Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Deconstructing the Code 3. Now we are going to go into the final code. I am moderately certain we have solved, uh, we've solved the whole puzzle. We beat it, yeah. But I'm moderately certain we've seen how everything has been built. I want to go here because this will be the teleport place to, I believe, the first room. So we can teleport ourselves. That way we know for certain that this cube here is the first one. And of course these are just walk around hallways. Uh, Depending on which way you go, this one will, walking this way will teleport you towards one direction or the other. Let's see. I want to get these hallways clear so we can see clearly which ways. This is the false way, this is the right way. And this is the right way. There isn't a ton of circuitry going on here. Just a little spawner. When over here, if looks like some blocks for really no huge reason. Oh, this is the part where you climb up. And when you climb up, you can fill this up. So you actually do climb up the ladder to that point. You are teleported at some point. I don't know when, actually, you're teleported. See. Maybe right when you're on the ladder you're teleported. I guess. So this is way over there at that old puzzle. So kind of the second puzzle you do, really. It gets you teleported and you really do climb up and you really do leave the items. So there's no trickery there. The trickery is pretty much just all in this room. So the yellow, green, and red and the orange all do have you walk in this room to destroy them, I believe. This here isn't actually triggering anything, so how that's working is a little interesting. Let's see. How that actually works is probably just a test for command. They're testing for a piston that's down to open these paths. Let's look what's in here. There's a teleport command, I guess if we got too close. There's some spawners in the middle to probably activate things if we got too close. And nothing else. So inside the code 3, really nothing. And so that's one cube. When we go through this path here, we we again are just activating teleport commands. So where am I now? I'm way far away. It teleported me to that side. Way over there. We were way over here. There's a little bridge here of how we walked around and saw the construction. So these must be hidden all over the place. But I didn't see a lot. So that's weird. And then you've got dirt, wood, and cobblestone just sitting there for no reason. Anyways. What is this all testing for, all these colors? Set block wool, set block wool, set block wool. Test for score green -1. If it is, set it to thing. Set block to an unpowered comparator. Interesting. So it's testing for the colors here of the red, blue, and green. And what's activating it is the real question. Test for air. It's just testing for air. So when we destroyed the wool, that actually activated that. Over here on this hallway, we have teleported me again. Going into spectator mode in 1.84 is great feature because you don't get teleported. I mean, there's no way. I'm in creative mode and yet it still can find me and still can teleport me. This whole section here is false, but I don't know what section I'm in because this is not the same cube. This is the second cube. And whenever one of those over there does activate, it's probably setting the others to air. So each of these hallways are doing a whole bunch of teleport things, but that's pretty much all they're doing. This hallway might not actually be teleporting. This might be the red to red. Yep. So when we were through here, the red is over there. So the entire, it's red on with purple on top over here. When we come over here, it's red with magenta and then purple down below. So these rooms are 180 on the red axis, as he just rotated the whole thing, and I bet he used MC Edit. I hope he used MC Edit to rotate it, otherwise that would have been a lot of work. Although, you know, I'm not sure MC Edit would be too helpful rotating something this big. This is a pretty big area. And I imagine a lot of these are just teleport commands. Scoreboard, players set scoreboard, interesting. Setting your scoreboard, teleporting you to places, and all that. Pretty sure anything with these things on them are going to just be part of the score system. It's waiting, it's probably testing. Let's see. All of these for all 6 colors are on. And I bet these were stone before, And now that they are redstone, that turned all these off. So my guess would be that this is the sequence to start the end. Set block. Gives an effect and all of this. So if I set this, it does cycle, making these puzzle effects. It's lighting all of that. This is lighting up. This is lighting up. And then boom. Really? No boom? It didn't do a boom in this room. So this is the room where it does the first part of the code. And I think you're probably summoning quite a lot of creatures in here if it's full of lava. Let's start that scenario again. But this time, instead of not being able to see what's inside the cube, let's see what's inside the cube. Notice too that these are 4x4 grids, and you probably wouldn't recognize that. That's pretty cool. This is the pattern for the missing pattern of the game. If you have a texture, it's supposed to be only for the progress that stands out in eyes. So he summons a dragon which is stuck. Kinds of hoopla about the XP orbs getting destroyed in the lava. And then you get teleported to this room for the second part of it. How do you summon a dragon? Is the good question. Here we go. On the first try. Summon Ender Dragon, heal F0, custom name, the code, riding an XP orb, age of this, invulnerable. So it's riding an XP orb, and that's how it dissolves. If you had just made the room a little bit bigger, I mean, it's a huge room, but if you'd made it a bit bigger, you wouldn't have seen the edge of the dragon's tail sticking out, which kind of does hurt the effect. These are all kinds of just set blocks to air, set blocks there. Is this resetting the whole map, I wonder? I bet it isn't. That seems a little bit low if it was just trying to run around and set everything back to the way it was. And it didn't really set back the world. I don't think you can play this game twice in a row. It didn't seem like it. You could do that in the code too, but really it's not worth it. Playing a puzzle map twice in a row is not really worth most people's time. Unless I was hand holding somebody else to play it, and then I could sneakily know all the answers and withhold them from the other player. I don't think there's any kind of thing here. I think if we had fallen, that I don't think we could have gotten back up. Nothing's teleporting me. And if we climb up this ladder, well, that's only going to get us this far. Doesn't seem like he spent any energy. He just made sure you couldn't fall by all these things, which I'm glad for barrier blocks because they are a pain. And so here we have a minecart sitting on a lantern showing a sideways thing. Interesting, I think I got teleported there. Let's see. And it's just sitting there, and it's just gonna stay sitting there. So all of these are being done by test4 commands. That are just happening probably over here. Let's see. Test for a player, test for a player, test for a player. Teleport the player. There. I don't know what this whole thing is about. If this is some kind of pattern, it doesn't make any sense. Wood, dirt, and bedrock. It makes no sense at all. Over there is, let's see, wood, bedrock, dirt, bedrock, wood, dirt. It just doesn't even make sense. He must have been using some kind of code inside of his own code to figure out which one was there. So this is pretty cool. Let's get to this. It's pretty simple. All it is for every single cube there has the same command where it summons either falling sand or it just summons falling sand in a specific direction right below it. Motion, it's giving them a motion. And so this is just the cube getting powered all at about the same time with the repeaters and such. And when it puts power into, let's say, this command block here, it's getting power to 9 of them, but I don't think it's really going to matter since everything is going to activate at the same time. Didn't make the sounds, of course, so we could mess with this. Let's see. If we activate this part and then we go start this over, and watch this poor dragon die again. Oh, come on, why didn't it start? This is the circuit. Oh, I gotta wait for the whole thing to discharge before we can activate the next time. It's a real simple circuit, really. There we go. Kind of a slow process, but I mean, this is supposed to be your big reward for beating the game. If you just rotated the dragon a different direction, I mean, you don't see his face. And notice there's no blocks on this side this time. Alright. So here's the exit area. It's right here. and it puts us in this section here, which is the end, and it's all blocking question mark. And I'm gonna do some creative solution here for him. I'm just gonna fix that for you. The end, period. I'll spend some time to fill that in later. These are actually holes. So the question mark, I bet it showed up after a little while, because if you notice, these are all holes looking at the wall, but then the question mark is actual blocks. But even if it wasn't actual blocks, you could have just filled it with air, and either way would have worked. So I have no idea why I did that. And then you get over here and walk down these stairs and get teleported. What's all these extra rooms? You walk down the stairs and then around, and when you get around here, you get teleported to this location, which is so high up I didn't even see it while we were looking. And then it just activates another teleporter thing, which teleports you to this location, which again, so high up I didn't even see it. There's just so much going on, overlooking an entire section of constructions, not unheard of for me. Walk down this way, and we are to this part, which we did see this part. At least we can say that much. Then we walk down this part, and this part is where it's really confusing, because we are really far away from the rest of the map. Look at our location. It is -70 at a height of 117 and a z-axis of -1035. So let's diverge here. We have the map. It is diagonal like this, and I have no idea why it is diagonal like this. It makes little sense. It's also upside down. We looked at the map this way. But why is it diagonal? Is the question. There are no pistons at all. There are no reasons why it shouldn't just be a flat map. Why did he build all of his construction diagonal like this? I mean, look at all these command blocks. Why is it... Is this the trick? He was using the diagonals to continue the circuits further? I guess that is a cool idea. It does save and keep it uniform. I think I could probably do it some other way, but I guess that does make a really long circuit. If you're not aware, And I don't know why you'd be watching this unless you're aware. Redstone can only go 15 blocks before needing a repeater. And over here he is doing a trick where he's putting the repeater down on the 15th block, I would guess, and then powering this block, which automatically powers this block and starts the circuit down again. Each one of these is on the map is just a set block commands. So it's just setting the blocks 4 blocks higher to that specific height. And then the block in the middle here is not getting set. But he obviously did set them when he filled like this part in. And let's see, where was the extra block? He had to fill in the purple at some point, and I don't know where he used that extra block. Probably here. This is probably the circuit for the purple. Wool, 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 wool tin. So wool without a number is going to be white wool. Wool tin is going to probably be purple wool. Let's just turn this off and destroy this. This was originally black. It had to have been. I'm going to put this down, and it fills in all right there, but somewhere else on the map has to be the one that fills that in. Somewhere. I don't know. Where it's probably back here. This is all kind of crazy. All kinds of crazy. To fill in this map. Each one of these is running a test4 command, and it's looking for my score for specific M11 minimum equals 1, M10 equals 1, M18 minimum equals 1, set block, redstone block. So map minimum equals map 9 minimum equals 1. Whenever I got to an area, it would set my score, and then when I got to this area, it would test for them, and when it tested for them, it would set the redstone blocks, and the redstone blocks filled in the map. Except for that one. I'm gonna put that little redstone there for a reason that we'll see in a second. At some point it changed this from stone or some other block to redstone, so that this was triggered no more, otherwise it would always be triggered. And by it always being triggered, that means this would never be triggered. And so I guess I could do it like this, and let's do all of those. These are probably just the little bits of the circuitry in the map that it missed. Let's go back to the purple and see if it's still got that red in the middle. Yep, it does. So whatever this is triggering here doesn't seem to be part of this. Set blocks wool, set blocks wool. Each one of these is a different color. He's got it all laid out nice. And this is the map room. So let's look at the map. I have added something right there. If you look in the purple center, there's 1 pixel that is red now. And then you would just kill yourself. Yeah, there's nothing really that special there about that. It would teleport you to this room first, then that room, just because there was lag in even 1.74 when you were teleported far distances away in rendering. So you'd get in that room and you would see it, and you would see the blocks load, and they didn't want that, so that's just a workaround there. This is the preview. He's got some glowstone here. I suspect the glowstone is to actually keep mobs from spawning. Would be my best guess. But you're supposed to be on peaceful. Unlike Crypt Crawler, I don't think he has a peaceful machine uh, installed. He could have done that. If you watch me deconstruct Crypt Crawler, you cannot play in peaceful. In this version, you should only be playing in peaceful, so he could have probably done the same trick. And all these are black wool, so I have no idea what these are doing. To set the blocks, test for score green, test Fred for score F, score Fred. Oh, score F blue, score F red. So there was no guy named Fred, there was just a score F red. Okay, that's cool. So remember our location. -21, -995. Let's continue the tour at the end. There we go. Come on, get out of the way. And back to the puzzles. We are at -14, and we are right to the, well, still on the map. This is going to teleport us to 0, 169, 944. And we're at -989 right now. 944 is 2,000 blocks away. Here we go. So we are at an x of 0, a y of 40, and a z of -970. And it has set us back into survival mode and all of that, and we are in this wool section. This is teleporting us here. This is the very beginning of the game. We did not start right here. So we start right here, falling, I suppose. We go down this hallway to the fake room with there's nothing there. It teleports us down this way to another fake room, which there's not a lot here, except for the pig, which is an important thing that we look at. So I can't right click on this command block for some reason. Summon a pig. Saddle 1 active effect. duration this very long. It's riding a squid, which has squid activation and effects, and it's riding another squid. Why you had to do all this? Why couldn't you just summon a pig? I don't know. Maybe it's easier to teleport squids. Maybe making it ride a squid keeps it from wandering off. And that's riding another squid. Wow, how many squids are we gonna ride? Look at all those parentheses closing that. Minecart rideable. So it's all those squids are riding a minecart. So here we have the minecart. On top of it are a ton of squids, and on top of the squids is a pig. And when we get on it and start riding it, it's gonna pull back that piston and let it go that way. And because it's going that way, we shoot off. Scoreboard, pig riding equals 0, pig riding equals 1. So it probably is testing for a player with a score pig riding equals 1. Difficulty 1. It sets the difficulty if I am riding the pig. And this summons it. Let's see, another pig. Why does there need to be 2? Probably just to be certain that there's one there. And here is our... I can't click on that either because there's squids in it. There's squids all throughout this thing. But difficulty 1, set block minecart air, set redstone block, summon another one of them. So we didn't take the time to really look at the hallway. There's nothing really here. When we get out here, we can see every single one is just blocked off. There is something going on over here though. Let's see. A piece of paper. How could we have gotten the piece of paper? 30 is last. That's the last one. If I'd gotten over here and taken this piece of paper, it says 35792. 35792. Let's go put this piece of paper in the hopper. I don't think we can with the pig in the way. Let's see. This just summons a anvil. We can use this anvil. And then 35792. That was the code. But where do you put it? Which of the map places would you put it? I mean, we could certainly put a hopper here. And then make a bunch of copies and put one there. But that's not going to do anything. So we found some kind of secret code at the end of this map. How would we have been able change it because this part here is this part here, that sound is being made artificially. Let's see. Drop or destroy. Set block minecart cruststone. Set block to air. And all of these go back this way towards this circuitry, which this all goes this way, and this probably activates at some other time. Color dark gray. Test 4. Scoreboard pig riding equals 0. Test 4. Maybe we could have walked all the way down here. I will test that at the end. Maybe that was the trick. We were supposed to walk down here and get the code and then put it in it down there and unlock it. But I don't remember doing any of that. I remember it being a lot easier. Test that. How we would have even reached the thing is the question. Because you can't reach that hopper to get paper, and if we're not walking in that room, we can't get so you can't. Doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Could have done that, I suppose, but at what point would we have had anything like that? So down here is your just take the book instead of writing it down. Okay, so take it nice and slow. It actually has a invisible iron door right here. So, testing this. There's a giant big area making this noise. The code. Well, interesting pathway to follow. But I have to wonder, why did he bother to build it up like that? Let's see. Come on. Find this one. Where is this one? Why did you bother to build it like this instead of making it nice and smooth? I'm sure nobody was really looking, but he could have done that a little bit better. I will say Just for the End though got significantly better at architecture. the first one was pretty plain, and the second one was pretty. So the code is like this barcode, at least in the there really was ever an actual barcode. I know there was a QR code. So you're still flying in the air at this point, right on top of the skies, top of the mountains. And we hit this section here, which is just a big wall. And then that gets us to this point. So I want to go back and let's see, what would be the quickest path to getting back? Be flying here and then walking through this to teleport us through here. To teleport through here. To teleport through here. Back to the puzzles. Your game mode has been updated. And then I fell through the floor. And then let's see. We're at 971, which is about 2,000 away from the center, which would be 0. And well, it's about 2,000 away from the map, which was negative 900. 0 is the center. And behind the wall is nothing really. Let's see. Can I break this circuitry without getting too close? I think I did. And that puts us back at the beginning. There's one clock somewhere around here. It is just testing for an amazingly wide. Let's see, spawners. Just get rid of those spawners. Can't get rid of those spawners. Yeah, we'll just get rid of this pig. There you go. Go on your way, pig. So I can get rid of the spawner. Finally. 3572 was the code. Did we? If we put a whole bunch in there, it doesn't change anything. So let's see. Deactivate this. Deactivate this. Fly very high up. Reading rainbow style. Almost to the cloud level. This construction. There we can see the pigs falling off the ground. Now that they are constantly going. It must be hidden. It must be hidden somewhere around. There must be just this clock. And the spawner set just hidden. Let's see if this works. If I start too low. Nope. Still won't get me. remember we're at 800 right now. When we get to the edge, this is where I get off. Just fly this far and activate this. There we go. We'll just summon that spawner back. Come on. I think there was a thing here. Pressure. There we go. And so 16, 28, and 0. So my whole point of that is if we go 900, about 1,000 this way, or about 800 this way, we will either hit the beginning of this map or the map section of this map. Really spread out. Now that is done on purpose a lot of times to just have things, big chunks of things not separated out. But again, when you go look at Deconstructing Crypt Crawler, all of that is super compact. And I can see a lot of space here that would have been better compact. It might have made it more complicated. I think if Jasper the End was going to make a second pass at this, he could do a lot better. But there's no reason to make a second pass at this, because the Code 3 is an awesome puzzle map. It did some amazing things, and it has changed Minecraft forever. And I can't wait to see what the next thing he makes is. Anyways, that's the end of Deconstructing the Code 3. We're going to test this map out on 1.84, see how much of it works, how much of it doesn't. A lot of it might actually work. There's a good chance. I will start from a fresh save file for that, so all this destruction and deconstructing, quote unquote, we've been doing over these many episodes, because this has been super complicated map. All that will be reset to the original state, and we'll be able to go into spectator mode and see some stuff at least. Anyways, that's the end of this episode and this series. Next time we test the code in 1.84. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. If there's something I missed or didn't explain, you can ask me a question, or you can go check out Jasper the End's website too. He explained a lot of what he did really well. If you want to support me, click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media site, I have links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.